Okay guys, this is my 2005 KTM Adventure S. Today I'm going to do a really quick video on how to check the valves on your KTM. If you're like me, you probably read all of the stuff online, you probably went to multiple different sites, and in all honesty I probably read way too much. And I got myself a little freaked out about what I was doing. So I thought I would capture the video here and we could take a quick look at what it takes to actually do the valves. So here's some quick lessons learned, and I'm not actually going to go through and change out the shims on these valves because it turns out they're actually within spec. So the first thing to cover here is what you want to take out here is just this centerpiece. It's just a 14 Allen socket, and this is what you're going to use to turn the engine over while you're getting things lined up. So there, it just pops in like that. Now on the other side of the bike, what you're looking for is this really long screw in the bottom. I guess it's actually a bolt, not a screw, but anyway. So that's what you're looking for. And you're going to take it out, and this is where you're actually going to put in your KTM tool. So I don't suggest using a screwdriver or anything else because it could slip as per the documentation. But what I do want you to notice is how far this is going in right now. And if I actually turn the engine just a little bit more, what you'll notice is, let's keep trying here. There are spots where this thing will slip all the way in. And what you do not want to do is have this thing in when you're cranking that engine over, because it will bend it. You'll hit a compression stroke, or the springs will come down, or this thing will just fly over and wham, it'll bend it. So you always want to keep it kind of out like this, just nice and loose, until you think you're getting close to where top dead center is. So the other thing to note is when you're checking the valves here, you don't need to be at top dead center. So all you need to do is make sure that this section of the lobes is not pressing down on the valves. So you can go ahead at any point in time, as long as you're not tearing this thing apart, and you can go and check the valves. So this one here, we're just going to crank it over a bit, and I'm going to get it close to where top dead center is. And what you're going to notice, this is the back one by the way, is as these things start to point at each other, so they're just coming into place now, what you'll notice is there's actually an X right here, okay? So get yourself oriented. There's an X right here. It's going to line up with this edge when it's at top dead center. And when that X lines up around here, you can start playing with your tool on the other side to see if it slides in place and does the lockout, okay? On the front, what you're looking for is you're looking for the circle that's going to line up on this edge. And so you can line up both spots from this side of the bike. You just need to watch for the front here, and on the back one, you're also watching for the X right here. So X on the back one and circle on the front one. Those are your top dead center marks. The other thing to mention is that if the back one's at top dead center, the front one's not going to be. So don't try taking it apart. You deal with the back one first, then once you have everything back together with your new shims and stuff, then you move on to the front. You get the front to top dead center, you turn around and you do it. Now for those guys that have never done this before, what you're looking for here, you're going to get your feeler gauges. And so I've got 0.10 millimeters and 0.13 millimeters. I'm going to do the intakes, and all you want to do is, it actually works best if you can come in on a little bit of an angle, or if you can bend the tips, but you can see that the 0.1 is sliding in and out of there, no problem. And if I go to put the 0.3 in there, it's really, really tight. It's actually bending the feeler gauge. And so what that tells me is that my intakes are somewhere between 0.1 and 0.13. So they're pretty good. One other lesson learned that I thought would be helpful, those guys that are trying to torque the head, what I found is you've got some brake wrenches kicking around. This is 13 on one side and 14 on the other. And I'll show you a little trick here I learned. You can put this on, and because your 13 fits down there, you can take that 14 Allen, put it in the other end here, and then take your torque wrench and put it on that wrench at exactly 90 degrees. And if you stay at 90 degrees, there's no calculations that need to be done to change the torque value. So I didn't go out and buy a fancy tool. I didn't do anything like that. I just found this great little Allen socket that you use down here. If you've got a wrench that 13 on one side, 14 on the other, you can nicely slip it in there, set it at exactly 90 degrees, and do your torque. So I don't think the only other thing I guess people have been asking about is where your spark plug goes. You can actually just get wee little pry bar or screwdrivers on both sides and gently pry these up. And these this one's already been out, but this is what they look like. And there's a wee little seal down in there. And so when you put these back in, you do want to make sure there's a little bit of oil or lubrication on there so that they slide back in properly. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. If you got any questions or there's something I didn't cover here, let me know. Thanks.